Dear students, in this series of American literature, we will be studying today The Glass Menagerie. It is a play written by Thomas Leria Williams III. He was born in Mississippi in 1911. His father was an alcoholic who worked as a shoe salesman. His mother acted like she was born from the upper class, acting snobbishly to others. He developed diphtheria as a young child at the age of 6, and due to this he had problem in mobility. He spent a lot of time in his room reading and writing. When he got to college, he adopted his fraternity nickname as his writing name, Tennessee. So from very childhood he adopted writing. His legacy: he was awarded 4 Drama Critics Circle Awards, 2 Pulitzer Prizes, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom. But at the same time, he was condemned by the Catholic Church as being offensive to decency. So he had many achievements. He found inspiration in his problematic family for much of his writing. His father was abusive, angry, and violent. His mother was overbearing and smoothing. His sister, Rose, was schizophrenic and was given a prefrontal lobotomy that incapacitated her for the rest of her life. She lived in her life in an institution. She is the model for many of his mad female characters. He paid for her care for the rest of their lives. So we can see that the characters which he had used in his play are derived from his real life situations, and because of his plays were very successful. It is considered that Streetcar Named Desire is considered as the most successful play of the 90s. His death: William died in 1983 because of a freak accident. He put a bottle cap in his mouth when putting in eye drops, and the cap slipped down his throat and choked him. But the rumor is that he died because of overdose of drug or alcohol. The Glass Menagerie. It was written in California. It was first published in 1945. It covers the literary period of late modernism, and the setting of the play is St. Louis, Missouri in the 1930s. Tom narrates the play and is also a character in it. It is a very successful play, and the sound and the paraphernalia, the symbolism, the themes, it all represented the postmodern period and after the war the situation. Characters: there are 3 major characters in the play. Tom Wingfield: he is the narrator, only wage earner, adventure seeker, desperate to leave home. So he is the only male member in the family, and like his father, he likes adventures in his life. Amanda Wingfield: she is a middle-aged woman and she is mother to Tom and Laura. She can be considered selfish and selfless. She wants that her children should rise and shine, and she can do anything for the sake of her children. Laura Wingfield: she is 23-year-old woman, fragile, had pleurosis as a child, and due to which she has difficulty in walking, and she lives in Glass Menagerie world. This is a memory play, and it Tom remembers the life of his mother and sister. Themes: disillusionment. It can be considered as one of the major themes of the play because almost all the characters are disillusioned. Amanda Wingfield: she is disillusioned. She is not ready to accept the reality that her daughter has a deformative leg. She doesn't accept the reality that Her son, like a modern boy, likes adventure. At the same time, Laura, she wants to live in the world of glass menagerie. Tom is also disillusioned by his life. Abandonment. The theme abandonment is everywhere in the play. Mr. Wingfield, he abandons his life for the sake of his adventurous life. Tom, in the end, abandons the family and go for adventure. Laura, she abandons her class and goes to museum and resides in the world of glass menagerie. Similarly, sometimes Amanda abandons the reality and goes in the past. Living in the past is a major theme because all the characters they want to live in the past. Amanda wants to live, remembers her days when she had the gentleman callers. Similarly, Laura's remembers her high school days and Jim O'Connor. At the same time, Tom also is the narrator and he is remembering the past days when he used to spend his life along with his mother and sister. Similarly, Amanda remembers the photo of her husband and remembers the past and her mistake in the past of marrying him. Symbols. Glass animals, they are symbolic because they represent the fragility of Laura, and they are fragile as Laura is fragile, and at the same time the relation of all the characters in the drama are fragile, and so glass animals are representative, and the name glass menagerie itself represent that the play is a symbolic play. All the animals are unreal. The picture of Mr. Wingfield is always there on the wall, and it represents abandonment, it represents frustration, it represents a mistake done in the past, and it represents emptiness of their life also. So his picture himself is a symbol and representing the very themes of the play, which is reoccurring one or the other time. Similarly, it also represents the adventurous nature of the Tom and abandoning his family. Blue roses. As the name suggests that blue roses are unique. Similarly, Laura was unique and she used to live in the imaginary world of glass animals, and she could not connect herself to the real world, and she was fragile, and she was beautiful, and her beauty was unique as the beauty of blue roses is unique. Unicorn. As amongst the glass animals, unicorn was special and unique. Similarly, in this world, Laura was unique because of deformity in her legs, and because of that she developed a nature in which she could not connect with the real world and the situation, and she was nervous in facing all those things, and she could identify herself with the unicorn, and she was at ease with the unicorn because she feels that she was unique like unicorn. Fire escape is the place where Tom used to escape whenever he had heated debate with his mother. It was to escapism for him. Lighting has been used effectively to represent the emotions and the paraphernalia of the play. Scene 1. Tom is the narrator of the play as well as the character, and the story is from the memory of the Tom, and he remembers the time when he used to spend the days along with his mother and his sister. In the first scene we will be finding Amanda and Tom, and she is asking him to chew food and behave mannerfully, and she is telling him that he is a spendthrift. Then she goes to Laura and tells her that she should go for gentleman collars because she is not taking interest in studies, and girls who are not interested in studies should go for gentleman collars. In the background, there is picture of Mr. Wingfield and one old gramophone record. So it reveals the whole circumstances of the family, and it reveals the characters also. Now, Tom is frustrated and irritated by the nagging behavior of his mother, and he wants to escape from the harsh reality because he can't tolerate all these circumstances. Now, Laura tells that she is not like her mother. She is not that beautiful. She is having a deformed leg, so she cannot have that much of gentleman collars as she had. And Laura tells Tom that mother fears that she will end in a old maid without having a gentleman collar and without having a job. So both the children are frustrated. Now, Tom's being frustrated by the family circumstances. He drinks and he goes to the magician. He goes to see the movie, and he comes back late night. It can be said that early in the morning. Now, again, there is a conversation between Amanda and Tom, and Laura comes in between to settle down the matter because both are having a heated conversation. Scene 2. Now, Laura is cleaning her glass animals, and while her mother comes, she pretends that she is reading, but in meanwhile, Amanda has already learned that Laura has left her business school. So Amanda scolds her, but Laura confesses that she left the school because she used to feel nervous there, and the people and the students over there used to laugh at her, and she had vomited, and now she cannot go there. She confessed that instead of going to business school, she used to go to the museum, she used to go to the playhouse, and even she used to go to the movies, but she is not at all interested in going to the business school because she is not comfortable with the outwardly atmosphere of the business school, and she is not at ease there, and she against confines herself in the imaginary world of the glass animals, and she is happy to be with these animals. Scene 3. Now again there is a heated debate between Amanda and Tom, and Amanda tells him that he is irresponsible, he is spendthrift, and he drinks a lot, he smokes a lot, and he does not care for the future of the family. He is selfish and he is self-centered, and then he tells him that there is a need for a gentleman caller in the house because she wants Laura to get married, and so again there is a frustration in the family. And Amanda tells Tom that he resembles his father, and she is scared of that because she is irritated by all those qualities which he is possessing, which his father used to have, because his father also left and abandoned them because of his adventurous nature. And similarly, she finds that Tom is also having adventurous nature, and because of his adventurous nature, he may neglect the family. Scene 4. Tom seems to read newspaper. He is interested in news. He is interested in worldly affairs. He is interested in war. He is interested in all the things which are taking outside his house, and he is okay with that. Now, Amanda is obsessed with gentleman caller. She wants Laura to get married because she is not having any skill, so that she can go for a job. And so, there is only one option, that she should have gentleman callers. Scene 5. Amanda and Laura are cleaning, and at the same time, Amanda is telling her that she used to have so many gentleman callers and she should get ready and mentally prepared for the gentleman callers. Amanda wants to arrange money for gentleman callers, and for this also she starts working in a magazine also, so that she can get more money. Amanda is telling Tom that his hair is messy and he should arrange things as well as him in a manner that is suitable to the society. Frustrated by all these, Tom goes to the Paradise dance hall and he wants to escape from the harsh reality. Now there is a conversation and Tom escapes to the porch, and Amanda says that this is not the way to escape, and then Tom tells her that he has seen a gentleman caller who works in his shoe factory, and he has called that gentleman caller to visit, but he hasn't told about the deformed leg of Laura to that gentleman caller. So Amanda's reply was that it is not deformity, it is little and it cannot be seen. 6. Now, Tom remembers Jim as a very clever, smart, and intelligent boy in the high school. He used to be captain in so many extracurricular activities, and he is also very smart, and he takes personality development classes. He also remembers that Laura has a crush on Jim when she was in high school, but he was not confirmed that that crush was to how much extent, but he knows that they know each other. Now, Amanda tells Laura that she should get ready smartly and remembers her days when when gentlemen callers used to visit her, and she asked her to get ready. Now Jim came to their house. Jim and Tom are having conversation, and Jim used to call Tom Shakespeare because whenever he was free he used to write poetry, and Jim used to appreciate this quality, and Jim was going to get some. Now when they came, Amanda opened the door, and Tom was shocked when he saw that Amanda is wearing the same dress she used to wear when she used to have gentleman collars. They are sitting and having dinner, but simultaneously the light goes off, and Amanda then scolds Tom for not paying attention to the light bills. Scene 7. Initially, Laura is hesitant to face Jim, but gradually, when they are having conversation, she feels at ease to him. She shows her glass animals to Jim and talks about the unicorn and says it is different and unique. Jim appreciates her. He dances with her, and he tells her that she is unique in her own type, and she should be confident, and she should be ease, and she should appreciate herself. While they are dancing, the unicorn is blown down and its one horn breaks down. Now Laura says that now it is comfortable with other animals because now it is like them. She presents the unicorn to Jim, and she says that now it is a memory of our meeting. Jim tells her that he is already engaged to Belly and he cannot marry Laura. So Amanda scolds Tom that he has played with the emotions of Amanda as well as Laura. And she tells that they have spent a lot of an interior decoration as well as dinner. So Tom has been sacked from his job. At the same time, he leaves the house at St. Louis, and now presently he is narrating the story of the play, and he is remembering his sister and the circumstances which she is facing in her life. And for the first time in the play, Amanda blows off the light and she has accepted the reality. The play started with disillusionment, ends up with a real note like the modern period. Hope you have liked the video, and if you have liked it, please subscribe it.